Hi. So when we first started with addressing sickle cell disease, as you know, I probably told this story several times, but it bears repetition. We were focused on brain disorders, so cerebral palsy, seizure disorders, Down syndrome, autism disorders, and so forth. And then we started having parents wheeling in their kids with strokes from sickle cell disease, and that's when, for the first time, probably in 25 years, I started looking into this condition. And of course, what I saw was appalling. And of course, we started addressing it, and we've had amazing results. But the first thing we used at that time, and that's because this was all we had very high concentrations of omega-3 fatty acids from Zone Labs, Dr. Barry Sears. Were so good to us. The first few years of the foundation, they were just sending in tons and tons and tons of free bottles of omega-3 RX. And this, in my opinion, is the absolute best form of omega-3s on the planet. And we saw miracle after miracle after miracle just using these omega-3s on kids with these conditions. Amazing results. So when these kids came to us with strokes, totally paralyzed with their wheelchairs, we said, well, let's give this omega-3 a try. I mean, it's helped in so many other conditions. And yes, we knew that inflammation was part of the problem with sickle cell disease. And so we thought it would not hurt. So that way we started giving it to these kids. The parents just kept coming back to us. They were like, this is helping so much. The child was moving better, was smiling, was showing more emotion. These were kids who could barely move their eyes, and they were beginning to do certain things. Obviously, they weren't just jumping up and running up and down like you say in bolts, but at least we saw some improvements that they had never seen before. And these are people who are taking the kids, in some cases, outside the country. And I know it's a foundation. You're wondering, which poor people can afford to take their kid outside the country? Well, we also had kids. People from more well-to-do homes who were hearing about what they're doing and working with them as well. And so, like I said, we started with omega-3s, and it was also great. And so I started looking into it because I knew, for one, that we weren't going to have a limitless supply of omega-3s. And these are really expensive. I mean, each bottle was $100. Think about that. We're giving some kids two bottles a month, sometimes 3 bottles a month. $100 a month, so that's like $300 a month, and that's, I don't know how much that is these days, but it's a heck of a lot of money, over 100,000 naira for sure. Yeah, over 100,000 naira. Anyway, so I started looking into it. I was like, okay, what else can we give? And then we came across, we found out that immune function played a role in sickle cell disease. We started using aloe vera, aroga, and other wonderful companies' products, and we saw good results there. But again, we knew the supplies would not be limitless, and these were almost as expensive as the omega-3. So we knew that we had to find something that was cheaper, that could be gotten from the pharmacies and health food stores in Nigeria, not things we had to ship in. Because in the final analysis, you have to have something that people can easily access so they can help their kids. And so that led us to vitamin D3 and vitamin C. So I'm going to talk about vitamin C in this video. In another video, I'll talk about vitamin D3. So vitamin C, amazing, amazing, amazing. So one of the things vitamin C does is it strengthens and boosts the immune system. Another thing it does is it addresses inflammation. It's also a free radical scavenger, so it's an antioxidant. And if you remember our 4 horsemen, there are 3 of them, or 4 of them. One is immune function, the other one is free radical damage, the other one is inflammation, the last one is nitric oxide production. Well, vitamin C, we could see, affected the first 3 right off the bat. And so we started using vitamin C. Now, here's the distinction. You don't want to use the pills or the capsules or tablets that you just take a pill and I think it's 500 milligrams or 1 gram. You take it one time and you drink. What the body does, it just takes a little bit and then gets rid of the rest. What you want is that you want a consistent flow about 4 hours or 5 hours where your kid is sipping the vitamin C. You put I usually give at least 2 grams a day, and a kid sips for about 4 hours. So he goes to school, for instance, he has a water bottle, put that vitamin C in it, and he keeps on sipping. That way the body takes what it needs at that time and uses it, so it doesn't waste the rest. And the body, of course, kids with sickle cell disease have very, very, very low levels of vitamin C. Why? Because they have a lot of inflammation, they have a lot of free radical damage, they have a lot of toxins in their body, and vitamin C is used to address those things. Also, vitamin C is used to repair and to rebuild cells and tissues in the body. Because vitamin C helps to make collagen, right? And collagen is probably the second most abundant protein in the body. So you need collagen to repair your body. That's why sometimes these kids are not growing like they should, because they don't have enough vitamin C to put the collagen in and to repair their body. But that's another story for another time. You need vitamin C. You need vitamin C. What surprisingly, most pharmacies we go to don't have vitamin C powder. That's the pure powder, not flavored, not anything else, no fillers, no nothing. You just need the vitamin C pure powder, so you can put it in drinks and you can use it over a period of time. You can drink over a period of time. If you need this, and of course, if you're from a remote area or you're a foundation that works with kids in remote areas, just reach out to us through our WhatsApp number. We will give this to you free of charge. That's right, free of charge. So just reach out to us and we'll be glad to help you. Our volunteers and staff are waiting for you. Take care.